United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands,
We're going to start with the swearing in of our newly elected council members. We'll first have Brian Travis from Ward 2 come forward, and whoever might be holding the Bible for you. Turn it around this way. Okay. So you're going to state your name. I
Robert Brian Travis,
do solemnly declare and affirm
do solemnly declare and affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
support the Constitution of the United States
and of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and that I will execute the duties of my office as council person
execute the duties as councilperson
of the Borough of Westchester, Pennsylvania, with fidelity.
Borough of Westchester, Pennsylvania, with fidelity.
With fidelity. Congratulations. Our new council person for Ward 2. Ward 4, Nicole Shimoni. And her mother, whoopsie. Where's Nicole? Oh, okay. Okay. So, get on Bible, raise your right hand. Okay.
yes,
Raise your right hand. Okay. I do solemnly declare and affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
support the Constitution of the United States
and of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and that I will execute the duties
execute the duties
of my office as councilperson
of councilperson
of the Borough of Westchester, Pennsylvania,
of Westchester, Pennsylvania,
with fidelity. Thank you. Congratulations. And last but never least, Mr. Bernie Flynn. Cool. So I,
Bernie J. Flynn,
that's a J stand for,
Joseph,
do solemnly declare and affirm
do solemnly declare and affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
support the Constitution of the United States
and of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
of Pennsylvania,
and that I will execute the duties
and I will execute the duties
of my office as councilperson
of my office as councilperson
of the Borough of Westchester, Pennsylvania,
of the Borough of Westchester, Pennsylvania,
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Thank you. And so let's give a hand to our two new council person and our two retiring council people, if you would. Just want to take a moment to say thank you, President Michael Stefano, and thank you, Nick Allen. Thank you for your duties. Thank you. Election of Borough Council President. I open up the nominations for president.
Mayor, I'd like to nominate Brian McGinnis for council president.
And I would like to make a second motion to nominate Lisa Dorsey.
Are either one of those motions seconded?
I'll second Brian.
I'll second Lisa.
We have two
Hold
motions.
hold on a second. This can't do it that way. So there was a motion put on the table. Mr.
Yes.
McCoy was recognized by the person presiding on the
Yes.
on the meeting. Mr. McCoy's motion was to propose that Mr. McGinnis would be vice president. That is the main motion on the table.
That's correct.
Did I say vice president? I meant
No,
to say
president.
president.
That was
So-
the main motion.
Yeah, that's the main motion. There can't be two main motions on the table at the
Okay.
same time.
So before let's start again. I guess, kind of rewind just a little. So we have a motion for president for Brian McGinnis. Do we have a second?
I'll second Brian McGinnis.
So we have a motion and second for president for Brian McGinnis. Or do we have any other nominations?
No, it would be appropriate, what would be in order at this time would be a discussion amongst council members of the motion on the table.
Can we have that discussion for both of them?
No,
The amendment?
no, the
The
main motion on the
motion?
table, the main motion on the table is
Okay.
Brian McGinnis for president, and now it would be in order to have a discussion of that main motion that's been
Okay,
made.
so let's have the discussion by council members. Any discussion, council members? For Brian McGinnis for president. Is there any discussion by the public for Brian McGinnis for council? Okay. So is there any amended motions?
That would not be in order to ask that
Okay.
question of council.
Okay. So do you want to call the vote? We can call the vote for president for Brian McGinnis.
Ms. Dorsey? Ms. Dorsey?
No.
Mr. Flynn?
No.
Ms. Vaccaro?
No.
Ms. Shimoni?
No.
Mr. McGinnis?
Yes.
Mr. Travis?
Yes.
And Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
The motion does not carry.
I would like to make a motion for Lisa Dorsey for president.
Do we have a second?
I will second it.
Can we call for the vote?
There has to be discussion amongst.
Discussion.
If there is.
Sorry,
discussion,
forgot the discussion. Would anyone on council like discussion? Would anyone from the public like discussion? Can we call for the vote?
Ms. Dorsey? Mr. Flynn?
No.
Ms. Vaccaro?
Yes.
Ms. Shimoni?
Yes.
Mr. McGinnis?
No.
Mr. Travis?
No.
Mr. McCoy?
No.
Motion does not carry.
Are there any further nominations for president?
At this point, Mr. Metric, do we call on the mayor to break the tie? Because it looks like we have a 3-3.
There is no tie. The votes were not a tie.
I'm sorry.
So the votes that were, the two votes that have been taken were not ties.
Okay.
So the mayor wouldn't weigh in. And since we have all 7 members of council here tonight, there is no vote where the mayor would weigh in because there's no, you have to vote. There's no way to abstain from the vote. And we have an odd number in the room.
Mr. Flynn, can I ask you a question?
Is it proper? It's not part of the discussion right now.
What would be in order to, would be to take a nomination for president of council.
Yes, I did say that.
I'd like to nominate Patrick McCoy for president.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Can we call for the, is there any discussion by council?
Can I ask Patrick McCoy a question at this point? Mr. McCoy, are you interested in being president?
I'm happy to serve.
Is there any other discussion by council? Is there any discussion by the public? Can we call for the vote?
Ms. Dorsey? Mr. Flynn?
No.
Ms. Vaccaro?
Yes.
Ms. Shimoni?
No.
Mr. McGinnis?
Yes.
Mr. Travis?
Yes.
And Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
The yeses have it on that one, 4-3.
So the vote carries 4-3. And we have a new president, Patrick McCoy. Thank you.
Thank you.
And President Patrick, you get to do the vice president.
I'd like to open the floor to nominations for vice president.
Mr. McCoy, I'd like to nominate Nicole Shimoni for vice president.
I will second that.
Is there any discussion? Any from the public? Mr. Metrick, call the vote.
Ms. Dorsey? Mr. Flynn?
No.
Ms. Vaccaro?
Yes.
Ms. Shimoni?
Yes.
Mr. McGinnis?
Yes.
Mr. Travis?
Yes.
And Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
That is 6-1, yes.
Congratulations to our new vice president. At note, we will have comments, suggestions, or comments by Borough Council and Mayor. Start with you, Ms. Vaccaro.
I am looking forward to this new council. I'm sad to see the old council go, but I am very optimistic that things will continue moving in a positive direction, and I look forward to working with all of you. Thank you.
Mr. McGinnis.
I'm looking forward to a exciting 2024 for Westchester and that we could further enhance what we did in 2023.
Mr. Flynn.
Greetings from the 6th Ward, the sweetest ward in the borough. Happy New Year.
Mr. Travis.
I'm very nervous, but also very happy to serve the Borough of Westchester and work with my new colleagues.
Good evening. I wanted to again thank Mr. Stefano and Mr. Allen for their years of service. Welcome new members of council. Looking forward to working together and moving the borough forward.
Thank you. Ms. Simone?
Same here. I'm very excited to be a part of this council starting today. And I, look forward to working with everyone on the council here and of course the mayor as well. And being a representative for everyone in the borough. So I'm looking forward to helping serve all of you.
Thank you. Mayor?
Thank you. I just wanted to say, I did already say thank you to Nick and Michael, and thank you to Lisa Dorsey for serving as vice president for the last couple of years. Thank you for your service. And also welcome to Brian and Nicole. So it's already started off at gangbusters. So we thank you for your presence on this council. And a reminder that tomorrow, for all who can make it, there will be a open house for our Chief James Moorhead as he prepares to retire as well. Next Friday will be his last day. Not this Friday, next Friday, don't rush it. That's the 12th. But tomorrow from 10 to 2, there will be just if you want to stop by and just have a personal note or conversation with them from 10 to 2 here at Borough Hall. We invite you all, especially the council members and the new council members.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you everyone for being here tonight. Thanks again to Mr. Allen, Mr. Stefano for their service, and Lisa. Look forward to 2024. Looks like it's going to be an exciting year. With that, we'll move on to comments, suggestions, petitions by residents in attendance regarding items not on the agenda. Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to action items. Number 8, approval of the Borough Manager Employment Agreement.
Mr. President, may I have a discussion about item number 8?
Sure.
When we approved last year the Borough Manager's Employment Agreement, it was a resolution or a document on the agenda. I believe that his goals and his improvement recommendations were not part of the agreement. And I think we should make sure that they carry over from 23 to 24 because his agreement goes to the middle of the year 24. So I'm asking for an addendum to be made to the agreement that his goals and his recommendations be added to it.
Okay, any further comments about that?
Since this is an agreement with me, I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, last year we made that part of your performance review, right? That was reviewed with you and Mr. Stefano. I think that's standard operating procedure versus part of the contract. It's my understanding.
Yes, I just wanted to make sure that they were married, so it's not forgotten going into 2024.
Yeah, I mean, I think is when we do the performance evaluation in 2024, we would be a follow-up to it, but not necessarily part of the contract.
Okay, thank you.
Any other comments?
Motion to approve.
I second.
Mr. Metric, will you call the question?
Ms. Dorsey? Mr. Flynn?
No.
Ms. Vaccaro?
Yes.
Ms. Shimoni?
Yes.
Mr. McGinnis? Yes. Mr. Travis?
Yes.
And Mr. McCoy?
Yes. Okay, we have a 6-1 on that. Next item, number 9, appointment to the Community Campus Committee.
President, we would suggest that council table this item. This would be an appointment from council for a person on the Public Safety Committee. And since the committees haven't been assigned yet, it would probably be in order to table this item to February.
Thank you. And number 10, approve the December 2023 HARB certificates of appropriateness.
Typically, we would go over these in the Smart Growth Committee meeting since we aren't meeting in committee this month, and these are time-limited approvals. The Historic Architectural Review Board did approve this. It did recommend the council approve this application. It was included as an attachment with this this meeting information. If there's any questions or doubts, I would suggest tabling it, but this is something that the HARB has approved. I believe it's a sign change in the downtown district.
Any comments, questions?
Mr. McCoy, I recommend that, I make a motion that we accept the HARB recommendations as proposed for this change for a certificate of appropriateness.
And I second that.
Mr. Metric, call the question.
Ms. Dorsey? Mr. Flynn?
Yes.
Ms. Vaccaro?
Yes.
Ms. Shimoni?
Yes.
Mr. McGinnis?
Yes.
Mr. Travis?
Yes.
And Mr. McCoy?
Yes. Looks like all of our business tonight. Meeting is adjourned. A reminder, there are no committee meetings in January. Thank you.